Hello and welcome to the instructor's introduction video for color in photography. So the main topics are basically going to be giving you the opportunity to consider and think about the importance of color in your photographs. And so I'll be introducing you to some very foundational ideas on color theory. And don't forget, all these blue links take you somewhere. In this case, when you click on the color theory, it takes you to a website that would be great for you to do some further reading and research on. Talking about the mechanics of color, a brief history, some of the fundamentals of the color wheel, color harmony. So these things you can apply to this week's assignment, and it's all there for you, ready to go. And so all these take you to different websites or videos as you're navigating throughout the module. So we're going to talk about color theory. We're going to talk about hue, saturation, and luminance. I'm going to introduce you to ideas around complementary and analogous colors. Also be talking a little bit about your choices of saturated or desaturated color photographs, different ways of getting those visual results in your images. Working with warm colors or cool colors. And so kind of relating back to the idea of color theory in relationship to working with cool colors, which are usually yellow, orange, red, and then the, wait, I think I just said that backwards. Oh, my dyslexia sometimes shows up in such surprising ways. The warm colors are going to be yellow, orange, and red, and the cooler colors are going to be the purples, the blues, and the greens. So I'll show you a lot of really great sample photos of the idea of using warm colors or cool colors, or however you want to kind of work with color themes in your photographs. I'll also be talking a little bit about the emotional kind of connection to color in photography and videos, introducing you to quality of light, and then a bunch of really great photographers. So let's look at the learning unit. Going to want to watch this 2-minute video, Introduction to Color. This is my instructor's lecture. It's about 28 minutes long, along with a PDF for you to use as a reference. These are some examples of students' work who did this assignment in previous classes. So as you can see, you can work with the idea of color in a bunch of different ways. This is just one of the students' dashboards at night, and I think it was a pretty straightforward photo. But he controlled some post-production with saturation. So you can kind of set things up. This student did a lot of comparisons with crayons and colors. It's a great way to get some straightforward ideas with your work a little bit quickly, right? And then other students picked similar colors of objects in their rooms and kind of set something up again, like just having a scarf in the background of a similar color can tie your photograph together. So these are just some examples, and there's more examples in the lecture. Some really interesting videos around the concepts of color and emotion in movies. So check these videos out. And then I want you to start thinking a little bit more about the quality of light of your images. And so these are links, and they take you to different websites that give you some ideas around the contrast of the light, the direction, the intensity, and is it hard light or soft light? And we'll be talking more about lighting later, but I just wanted to get you guys thinking about it because a lot of people have been noting how the lighting really has a big impact on the photographs that you're making. So, and then some examples of lighting setups that students have done, doing it yourself at home, taking a sheet and just having some clip lamps shine through the light to diffuse it. So this was the lighting setup for this photograph that the student made. Here's another example. The student kind of rigged again like a light structure and a dark fill card, so the fill is less than if it were a white card, and kind of put a box over it so he could really narrow the direction of the light. So, and again, like these are all things that you can do kind of in your homemade studio. And then there's a couple of tutorials on window light because we all have windows and we have access to it. So different ways to think about how you might want to use window light as well. And then these are the different photographers that I'm introducing you to, so you can kind of look through Pete Turner, Melanie Polan, and they all work with color in their photography in really different ways and some similar ways as well. Martin Parr, Joyce Tennyson. So usually there's a website, a link to their website, and then a few videos that will help you to get a sense of what their work is about. And Miguel Rigo Branco. Lots of really great links on him if you want to look at more of his stuff. And then these are other color photographers that were mentioned in the lecture, so more links if you want to get inspired by looking at their work. And then a whole bunch of photographers with just a short description of what kind of work they make. But again, I really encourage you to look at as many different photographers' work. It will really help inspire you with light, composition, and all the things that we're talking about. Here's a bunch of more helpful links on some of the concepts that we covered. And then the first homework assignment, here's a short video that goes over the details so you can check that out. And the second homework assignment, also a video that goes over the details and some examples of what your projects might look like. So lots of cool information to consider, and keep me posted with any questions. Thanks.